Bali Oracle.
Hola.
How you doing?
Good. Another sunny day in Melbourne. I'm excited.
You must be missing Bali.
I am. I'm missing my dog.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing.
Have you heard?
Sorry?
Are you all right? Is your dog okay? Has he got or is your dog
Yeah. I've got a friend looking after him, looking after her. So.
Oh, your dog's not fresh and good.
Well, she kind of frets. She suffers from post-traumatic.
He'll be back there
disorder.
Yeah.
So that's all I can do for now. Really. What's going on now?
Wait till we get some viewers in the room. I'm gonna share some out. Where are we? Yeah, I'm just doing some sharing at the moment.
The internet's really bad.
Is it slow for you?
Yeah, very.
Yeah, it's been slow. Yeah, it has, isn't it? All the congestion, everyone's home, they're on the internet.
All the schools have started today.
Oh, did they go back today?
Well, but they're online, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And they went back today, did they? I didn't know that.
That's me online.
We have a viewer. Hello, thank you for watching.
I think that's me.
Excuse me. I'm just showing out now. Hopefully, we get some more viewers that we can help.
I'll just get a little stand.
Oh, we have a viewers. Hello, this is Bali Oracle. We have on tonight. Well, we're actually in Melbourne, Australia, so it's today for us. But most of the audience is in the USA and the UK, so hope you're having a lovely night. And
we're on Tuesday. Hi, Brandy. Evening over there and early afternoon here.
Hello to Brandy. And thank you for sharing.
So yes, excuse me. It's really strange how everyone, well, for me personally, I'm kind of like forgetting what day I'm on. I'm having to constantly look at my phone to sort of see, oh, today is Tuesday. Haven't we been here before? It's like Groundhog Day. So that's interesting, if anything. It feels like a Sunday every day. But yeah, hope everyone's well. Michelle, you're in Melbourne. I'm in Melbourne too. How gorgeous is it today? So beautiful. And it was raining heavily this morning. I mean, this is the thing about Melbourne. It's just, I have to carry umbrella, cardigans, water bottle. It hasn't changed one bit whatsoever. Very interesting. Ocean City, MD. MD is, I'm not very savvy with the whole American states. You'll have to enlighten me on that one, Brandy. What does MD stand for? So, any questions, anyone? How's everyone going? How you doing? Are you at peace? Are you balanced? Are you sitting in silence? I've definitely noticed a lot more birds. I don't know whether it's just a lot more birds and a lot more birds have been around, but perhaps I can actually hear them. They're a lot louder than before because the background noises is kind of like being turned down. So those are the things. Even yesterday I noticed bees. I could hear them, hear the birds, and that was quite interesting. It's a bit surreal. Oh, Maryland. Okay, cool. Definitely Northern Hemisphere. Whereabouts are you in Melbourne, Michelle? There seems to be a delay. in here. So anyway, I'm Bali Oracle. That name was given to me by a shaman, an Indonesian shaman, about 7 years ago now. And at the time I met her, I had a cafe. So, and I was doing readings in the cafe, and the cafe was very much built on a conscious business plan. We had a spiritual library, we had oracle cards, angel cards, that customers would come in, order coffee, have breakfast, and then they'd start to pull out the cards. And I reminded her apparently of the oracle in the Matrix. So she ended up anointing me the Bali Oracle. And I've been living in Bali for nearly 17 years. And the last 4 years I've been coming back to Melbourne more often during spring and summer, as my daughter is here studying at university. And this will be the first winter that I'm going to be going through in the last 15 years. So I'm a bit scared. Because I haven't had a winter for so long. And when you live in the tropics, your blood things can go up near the airport, I think. Be very quiet up there now. Not many planes flying. So yeah, I'm a bit curious about winter. And we shall see how that goes, how I handle that. It'll be different. Okay, who's that? Wilson Lopez. A message just jumped up on screen. Anyway, so we're still in autumn here, so we're getting some beautiful sunny days, fresh mornings, fresh evenings, and the walks are beautiful because there's that whole thing of seasons changing, the rebirth, the cycle continues. Leaves are changing colour. All these flowers are coming out that I haven't seen for so long. Even today, I noticed the camellia. The simple little things that probably hundreds of people walk past this street, and there's flowers on it. But for me, it's completely different because I haven't seen these amazing seasonal flowers for so long, for so many years. So it's a big kick. I get a big kick out of that one. If you've got any questions or anyone would like to open up a topic and discuss on perhaps a question they have, a query they have with what's going on now, the big awakening, as some people are calling it. We definitely have something in common now more than ever. We definitely have a connection that's there's a running thread throughout the whole planet. All of us. Different, amazing, new times. So I think what I'll do actually, I'll just pull out a general card for today and just for the people that are present here at the moment, I shall just pull out a card and ask for some divine guidance in regards to what messages from the universe, from spirits coming out today. Okay, so one of the first, this is a good card actually. This is about hanging on to things. So the message is at the moment for the people who are present is just be mindful and aware on what you're actually hanging on to. So this is about decluttering, and decluttering in the physical, yes, but also decluttering on what's going on in the mind. So this is a moment in time, right here, right now, where perhaps you need to release certain concepts, belief systems, or reprioritize what is important and what isn't important. So when you actually start to declutter, you know, we've all got our own different systems, and someone like Marie Kondo at the moment, who's extremely popular, is teaching people how, what we keep, what brings us joy, what doesn't bring us joy. And as you're physically decluttering, I'm pretty sure a lot of you would have definitely felt that when you finish decluttering and you've got a clearer space, the energy can move, but you also feel very satisfied, very much at peace. Something has been accomplished. You've moved things that you don't need anymore, that you're hanging on to, things that you haven't picked up in years, but you kept it anyway. So this card today is very much about being aware and mindful on what you're hanging on to in regards to physical possessions, but also concepts and belief systems that perhaps suited you when you're 10 or 12, those particular belief systems, and they're belief systems that have been ingrained on a cellular level for you according to your lineage, to your ancestry. And now perhaps as an adult, as one who's becoming more of a sovereign being, you don't need those belief systems anymore. They have served their purpose. So that's something to think about, basically. Hi, Adam. What is this? This is a live 1 hour information, conversations. It's an opportunity to get a reading. We do mini readings that have been marked down to 1997. It's an introduction to the online psychics live platform, which is through the website where you can actually book a longer reading, or you can get a mini reading while you're listening to one of the psychics and mediums. And there are shows throughout the day, and because it's on Facebook Live, it's shown internationally in different places around the world. So there you go. Yes, Michelle, we're all in the same boat, all of us. I mean, it's taken decades for all of us to be connected completely on this one. So that's one thing that we definitely share, and it's very much reminding us that we are one, basically, even though it'll show up in different ways for different people, but the energy is very much the same. So that was the card for today. Decluttering physically, emotionally, energetically, which always helps. Basically, spring cleaning, we're in autumn, so moving things around. I've noticed so many different adverts on TV now for people who are placing more emphasis and putting more effort into their home decor, changing colours, fixing things, painting, because everyone's aware that they're going to be indoors perhaps for the next 4 to 8 weeks, and you want to be comfortable. You want to have a good, refreshing space that you are comfortable in. So there's lots of little home projects that I've seen advertised on TV. A lot of the Home Depot shops have sold out of particular things, or there's long, long queues. So in that way, it's quite interesting. I mean, the emphasis is changing. People are putting more money into food. People are learning how to cook. There's a lot of people out there that have been buying take-home dinners for so long, and now they're having to be in their own space and learn how to cook. So I've seen a lot of different shows on YouTube and TV, very quick, simple meals, back to basics. So that's been really interesting as well to witness. So anyone have any questions in regards to anything, really? Anything at all? I'm currently in Melbourne, though I'm based most of the time in Bali. And Bali has its own issues at the moment too. I mean, I ended up being here by chance and can't fly out, so I'm trusting that completely and accepting that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. It took a while to get there. Lots of complete and utter freakouts, emotional breakdowns, but that was okay. I'm human. I'll own that. So yes, anyone? Or just pick a topic. Anything in particular? I'm just trying to pick up on what I've already pulled out a card. So what else? I don't know if you've noticed the stars in the evening. I know you guys are in the Northern Hemisphere, but I've noticed in Melbourne for the last couple of nights the stars have been quite clear. Yasmin, hi Yasmin, you're getting in contact with me. Well, okay, so what I'll do, okay, I'll choose a card and see how I go, even though it's not a reading, but I'll be quite brief about that as well. I'll start with you, Yasmin, and just see what I pull up. The first thing I'm going to say, Michelle, you're trying to deal with grieving. You've been grieving at the moment, because what is also happening too is that because as a collective we're all kind of hovering on a particular plateau at the same time, it is definitely magnifying a lot of emotions for people at the moment. So if you are grieving, you have to allow that process to basically play out. It's not something you can repress. You need to give yourself permission. You need to honour that emotion of grieving. It's not easy, but you can do it, and it's not something you can avoid, because it could end up snowballing into something else. It'll show up in one way or another, and to be in that space of grieving, ask for help, support people around you. There are amazing resources out there in regards to grieving. Just pick up what resonates with you. Start to have some more conversations with the universe or your heart in order to get that. Yeah. It's a difficult one. I feel it's more important that you ask yourself, it's the most simple, practical thing that I do. What would love say? Allow that to be your mantra in the next 7 days. When you feel the emotions come up and they rise, honor them. But ask yourself, what would love say? And be still and wait for a response, because you will get a response. It's not easy. It's very much a human experience, and you can't deny that. There's medicine in that, but it's difficult. I'm not going to tell you that it's not going to be easy. Such pain lingers for a long time, but there's also opportunities for the remembrance of amazing emotions and feelings. So support. And support, I mean people who are actually willing to hear you. They don't have to have an opinion, or they don't even have to respond. It's more for you to be in a space with someone who can actually hear you, so you can be witnessed and you can be heard. Yasmin, you can get in contact with me. Okay, Yasmin? All right, so I'm picking up. No, because there's a ball and chain. It's too heavy. It'll stop you from moving on, from moving forward. It's heavy. There's a heaviness with this. It's more of a codependency. It's more of a habit. It's not something that would actually serve you. It's an old patterning that needs to break. Yeah, so that's what I'm picking up for you, Yasmin. Debbie, let's see. I'm going to be brief about this because you can buy a mini reading, which would be longer. Debbie, okay, what do we got? Debbie, anything for you? Yes, okay, for you. There is a freshness, there is an innocence coming in, there is an appreciation of simple things. A rose, a simple red rose, you can see it, but at this moment, if that rose was in front of you, you could smell it, you could feel it, you would feel the softness in it. So for you, I'm picking up that you are viewing things in a different way, in a much softer, more innocent way. It's like a renewed love of life, a renewed relationship. It doesn't have to be a relationship with somebody else. It could be a renewed relationship within yourself, more of an acceptance, a love of thyself, a love of others, a love of life, a love of the simple things. So gratitude. There's more gratitude coming up for you. Okay. Hi, Samadhi. Doing well. Victoria, if you want a reading, we've got mini readings at the moment. They're marked down from $35 to $19.97. I don't really know what you meant. Okay. Yasmin, you asked me if this person would contact you, if Kevin would contact you, and what I'm picking up for you is that there's an opportunity for contact, but oh, cool, Debbie, that's fantastic. There's an opportunity, I'll just get back to Yasmin. There's an opportunity for you to contact, but what I'm picking up from the card is that contact is too much of a heavy burden. It's heavy. It's like wearing a ball and chain. When you wear a ball and chain, it's more difficult to walk. What happens when you have something weighing you down? You get tired really quickly. You can't achieve as much. You can't work efficiently. You're not able to function efficiently. So there's a burden with that person, connecting with that person. It's very heavy energetically, and it kind of doesn't give you a lightness that you might need in order to walk forward through your life. Okay, Debbie, there's an actual link. If you can see the link down the bottom, you click on the PayPal and you can actually request for a mini reading. The mini reading can be in the room whilst others are here. I'm not sure if there's an option to go privately. But yeah, it's fantastic that you mentioned that you spoke to your husband about that today.
If Debbie wants to pay for a reading, the link is above the video stream on a computer or laptop. If it's on your phone, you just press out of the streaming and you'll see the link. But you can have video, audio, if you don't want to show your face, or you can do it in the comments. It'll ask you as you go, as you purchase the reading, what you want to do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, Debbie, that's good. So it's kind of like, Debbie, you've got a new lens. You're viewing things differently. And this is the example that I explain to a lot of people. If you have one accident, doesn't matter what kind of accident, you've got 5 witnesses. Every single person will witness that accident differently. So when you sit them down separately and get them to write down a statement on what happened in the accident, you'll have 5 different scenarios, because how we perceive our world depends on our past experiences. That's one of the most, and we can change how we perceive our world by going in and changing, deleting programs, basically belief systems and so forth. Because we do live in a very left brain patriarchal society, and we are at the moment going through a massive, huge awakening where we will start to learn how to drop in to more of our heart. And our heart is more of a GPS. It's our true compass. And when we start to repattern the way that we are, the way of being, and start to make decisions and operate from our heart, it actually changes our whole life. That is a new lens that we start to wear, basically. And it's something that you need to work out constantly, but it's worth it, because everything changes. It's difficult to explain because it's just how you perceive everything. It's not bypassing anything, because we are human and we're constantly being challenged by things daily, weekly, friends, family, our own situations. But it's kind of like a coming home, I call it, back to the heart in that space. So yeah. Hi Guama Tammy, first time joining, welcome. We're just bantering, talking. I've just pulled out some cards for some people. We've got readings if you like to have a mini reading. I'm just discussing bits and pieces of what's going on at the moment, my perspective. I pulled out a card before just for everyone who was present, just some information. some download of what's going on at the moment. And it's all extremely full on, non-stop, basically. And the rules keep changing, which I find really interesting. And I'm okay with that. I'm good with change. I don't have a problem with it at all. I know a lot of people do. But hey, it takes a while to do it, yeah. Am I live on Wednesday? No, unfortunately not. I'm not sure. I think because there are some internet issues going on in Melbourne. Okay, Kim, I shall pull a card out for you. Debbie, but I'll be back again, definitely. I've just got it. Once the internet gets back on, I think there's a button you can actually press to tell you when I'm back online. This is new for me. It's a new platform. I'm trying to be a lot more regular and step up. So, let's have a look, Kim. Oh, one card. Let's go. Oh, okay, Kim. There's a lot of stuff that you're carrying. It's not yours. So, I'm picking up. My antenna. What am I picking up for you? Is this thing that's not yours? Are you having lots of dreams? Is there information coming through your dreams? I'm picking up lineage of your ancestry of your mothers, picking up things like that. If I'm in the reading room, I'm not there every day, but yeah, you can always book it. But yeah, Kim, that's what I'm picking up for you. You're carrying too much things that are not yours. It's coming from your ancestry. It's coming from people around you. So you're most probably an empath and you're absorbing too much energy, taking on other people's problems that are not yours, hooking into stuff that's not yours. Be very conscious and mindful of what you're feeding yourself here and here. Very, very conscious. People are draining your cup is what I'm picking up. So I hope that resonates with you. And I'm picking up dreams too, information that are reoccurring in dreams as well. How does that sound? Thank you, Samadhi, for directing and navigating that one. Thank you. So yes. What else can we say? Well, I've got it's interesting because all these different things that are happening online. So friends of mine this evening, we're going to have a virtual dinner party. So I'm part of a women's group online anyway, through Zoom once a week. But this virtual dinner party will be something completely different. We're all going to dress up. I need to put some scarves and colour on my backdrop. We're going to have nibbles and bubbles. And yeah, it's just a different way of, connecting, making sure that everyone's okay, checking in. I'm doing that quite regularly too now, just with friends in Melbourne and in Bali, ringing them up, texting them just to make sure that they're okay, if they need anything, if they need someone to hear them, to be present to them. I think that's so important. Oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you. Thank you. So just be mindful and aware on what you're picking up. I'm telling you, this is empaths. We are 20% of the population. We are now moving towards a path where we have to start to practice to emit the energy, not absorb the energy anymore. We have to do a lot more work in really being able to witness from afar if something's going on here, rather than being right up close to it. We have to have a distance. We have to have an actual, we're talking about social distancing. This is energetic distancing, basically. So we can introduce that new terminology. Energetic distancing for empaths, so we don't pick up the energy from people and situations. When we start to practice energetic distancing, we can witness it from afar and it doesn't affect us. We start to practice that and it changes everything. Then when we start to practice that energetic distancing, we can start to learn to emit the energy, to be able to change a room, to walk into a party, into a cafe and change the room, to walk into somebody's house and change the energy in that space. This is what we're working towards. I feel strongly about that one. So anyway, back to the virtual dinner party. That'll be different and interesting. And just to keep up the connections going, definitely. Yeah, which part's cool? But yeah, in Melbourne, the schools have started, so they're all going online. And I feel that'll be quite challenging for some parents. I think some students can actually go to school physically, but they'll still be learning online. So that'll be interesting for this term, just to see later on in the years how it's affected them. I definitely feel there's been more of a connection with parents and their kids. I'm not sure somehow that's showing up. I think it'd be very difficult for some parents to be able to entertain their kids, but I feel there'd be a lot of differences. Some children having to learn to communicate and compromise and learn, which would be interesting as well. There's so many different conversations that have opened up because of all of this, which I find really fascinating. Really fascinating. All these people working online. I wonder when everything starts to reopen if they will actually choose to stay at home and work online, or whether they'll go into the office. Maybe they'll just go into the office once a week for that social connection and that contact with management. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be happy to be at home. Samani, a virtual pajama party. Hey, that's a great idea, actually. And because yesterday I had to go and buy my father a pair of pajamas and everything was sold out. And I was thinking it would be fantastic to come out with a whole new range of isolation pajamas, like really glam, beautiful ones with matching masks and things. It'd be quite cool. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Debbie. Okay, cool. So yeah, because I bought a kimono at a second-hand shop, at a thrift shop when I was in Australia back in January. And I was kind of like, oh, where am I going to wear that? But now I'm thinking, I'm at home. I can wear whatever I want. So tonight at my virtual dinner party, actually, I think I'll wear it. And I'll wear it with my orange turban. So it will all match. And it's something a bit more fun. I've got also a couple of friends of mine who've sent me isolation playlists on Spotify. So a lot of these songs are related to being inside and so forth. And some of these songs are like fantastic old R&B 80s songs. And I'm like, yeah, I need a dance session. I need to dance soon. And because I love dancing. Not that I can dance, but I just like to dance. And I think the movement of dance to music is extremely important because it does move the energy around. It brings in a very natural kind of high and allows endorphins to move. It allows the prana, the chi, the energy in your body to actually move. Oh, I nailed it. Thank you. My brother Jonathan Santos drank all night. Well, there's a lot of today is a recycling day, so everyone here has got their yellow bins outside. And as I was walking home after walking to the post office, I noticed a lot of those yellow bins were very much full with lots of bottles. So yeah, it's interesting. There's actual limitations too on alcohol here now and how much you can buy. Yeah, singing and dancing. I love changing. You know, I've got Deva Premal that I have playing, and sometimes I'll just sit in the grass and I'll just chant along with it. And it, again, they're just simple things. They're free. They don't cost anything. They just cost your time. And you got time now, and you don't have to do it, but try it. There are all these different options. But dancing is a definite. I've often danced in the middle of the night outside with my earphones on and throwing around sparklers by myself just to shake it out, just to let it go. just to move it. It's movement, it's body movement. Some people jog, some people do Pilates. I like to dance barefoot on the grass. It's really cool. I enjoy it. And it depends what mood I'm in. I like a lot of R&B, 1980s, old school stuff. So that's how I move. Drank all night. Replied to Jonathan. Oh, okay. I didn't see it, Jonathan. But anyway. Yeah, look, meditation's fantastic. And I haven't meditated for a while, but I do. But what I felt has happened for me personally is that I'm meditating in other ways. So I might sit down and focus on a drawing for an hour. That's me meditating. Or I might be hand stitching something, a wall decoration, and I'm just sitting in silence. Oh, I have some beautiful music in the background, but that's another form of meditating. It's being very, very present. I'm focused on what I'm doing. My mind is clear. There's no chatter, mindful chatter. It's all quiet. So it's another form of meditation. Walking along the river for me, I love just to hear the trees rustling, the wind, simple things. Again, another form of meditation. And I feel too, it's very much moving towards making life a meditation. We're now back to doing very simple things, and that in itself becomes a meditation. Those simple things that we perhaps have taken for granted. Now there's more time to slowly grind the coffee beans, smell them, get the coffee machine out, and just do all these little things quite mindfully. It's interesting. It's a different take, and it's, again, whatever works for you. I'm very much a believer on whatever works for you. Self-care shows up in many different ways, basically. But yeah. So there we go. It's all good. It's all good. Just trust. Trust. And surrender. Yeah. It's good. And like even last night, the stars were just amazing. And you know when you're staring at a star for so long, like a good 3-4 minutes, and then you'll start to see it sort of shimmering and it's sort of moving, and then you'll see something next to it. And that slight movement, amazing. Because I was sitting there last night going, is that something there? Is that something moving? Is that a UFO? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But yeah, it's cool. Just those little things that you start to notice because you've got time to notice them. You've got time to notice them. It's cool. Yeah, nature is, oh, I had a profound experience about 9 years ago. I went to Flores, which is an island in Indonesia, and there are 3 lakes that are naturally different colours, and they don't know why. All the scientists have tried to understand why these 3 lakes sitting next to each other are different colours. You can't swim in them; they're quite acidic and they a lot of acid in them, and they're quite dangerous. But they're just naturally coloured that way. And we walked up the mountain before sunrise to see the sunrise above this particular mountain with these lakes. And oh my goodness, I was in awe. And it was one of those profound experiences where I really seriously felt like I heard an orchestra. Because my heart had expanded. I was in tears, but it wasn't tears of sadness. It was in tears of being overwhelmed by so much beauty. But what I was witnessing, what I was feeling, and this little old man pops up with a little thermos and his little sarong, and he had coffee, and it was one of the best coffees I've ever had. Watching the sunrise with these amazing mountains, and just hearing this orchestra. around me, just nature, just waking up. But yeah. I remember when you used to sit outside the show. Oh, trying to work that one out. Is that for me or is that for a message for somebody else? Anyway, so it's like, because I live close to a river here, even though I'm in a city, the river's quite close, and there's a lot of pedestrian tracks and bicycle tracks. There's actually more traffic there than there is on the roads, which is fantastic to see. Kim, I'm just reading your message. You go outside, see energy when you look at the sky. Observe me, then goes, I don't know what it is. You don't have to know what it is. That's your mind wants to actually have a full explanation, point form, bullet form, what that means, where it comes from, the science, the thing about, no. It's if you just drop into your heart and know that it's real, it's part of your reality, own it. This is what you're feeling. You don't need to know. That can come later on. What I'm picking up from you, it's most probably an orb, perhaps. I have noticed there's a lot of things. The veil is quite thin at the moment. There are a lot of things floating around. Lots of things floating around. And you'll see them. I see them on the peripheral. Sometimes I see them. It's like last night there were a few kind of mist, kind of like, just moving around the garden. And I'm like, oh, okay, yep, they're here. And then I'll see them on my third eye. I'll be walking along the area and I'll see different things, a lot of ancient things because I'm connected to the land. For about so I'm just not saying that the veil's quite thin at the moment. I'm just reading Angelina. Hi, Angelina. Okay, Angelina, I'm just reading your message. Thank you, Samadhi. Hi, Angelina. I'm sorry to hear that you are in this scenario. Yeah. You're just voicing your opinion. I hear you. And I'm sorry that... Would you like me to choose a card for you, Angelina? How does that sound? But thank you, Samadhi. Light and love. Lots of light at the moment. Interesting. Yeah. So if you'd like a mini reading, they've been marked down from $35 to $19.97. Please click the PayPal Buy Now link in description. Thank you very much. So what else, Mouse? Yes, I've been doing lots of cooking. And I'm actually been doing baking. I'm not a very good baker because that requires following recipes. I'm more of a savoury person. I just come up with new concepts and ideas and things. But baking is a science, and I find it very difficult to follow the rules. So we'll see how we go. Orange semolina cake. That'll be the next one I'm going to attempt. But I've been seeing so many different things on YouTube. All these things that you can make in a mug and put in the microwave. I didn't even know people could do that. These little mug cake things. That's not good information for me because that means I'll make it and I'll eat it. But yeah. Thank you for being here. Does anyone have a question? Jaden, I'll pull one card out for you. If you actually want a mini reading, you'll have to click PayPal Buy Now link in description box. But I'm happy to take one card out for you because I have been taking one card out for most people that have been present. Okay. Yeah, microwaves. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people that don't actually. I've had one in Bali, it broke, and I haven't replaced it, and I'm okay with that, basically. I'm good with that. Jaden. You're lost. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Jaden, just one card just fell out. It just fell out when I just said your name, and it's a very positive card. So this could be the calm before the storm, basically. That's what I'm just picking up. And another card fell out, and they're both really strong, positive cards. Yassine, Coiffeur, hello. So, Jaden, first of all, positive card. I know you're saying you're lost. There is an incubation, you're flatlining, you're sitting in a particular space, you're on a particular level at the moment before things get better. So it's a calm before the storm. It's a very positive card. It's a strong card. It's a very good, happy ending. The next card as well is very much related to that. So there are different openings that are coming up. So perhaps if one door is closed for you at this moment and you're feeling lost, perhaps you identified yourself with that particular loss and that you don't need it anymore. The rug has been pulled from underneath you, basically. And sometimes what happens too is that the universe ends up slamming us with something in order for us to close one door and for other doors to open up. But they are two positive cards. So keep the faith, basically, Jaden, and just be present. Breath work. YouTube breath work and start doing that to be more in the body. Hi, Yassine. That's a nice name. Angelina, I'm just reading your message. Angelina, okay, perhaps Angelina, speaking about such things online for people perhaps is not, it's not the right platform to use, basically. Maybe you need to go online and actually access some professional resources that you can. People are a bit strange at the moment. They're projecting a lot of their insecurities, a lot of their fears that they don't understand. So behind the keyboard, they're keyboard warriors and they're just projecting their own stuff, personal stuff. And they're blocking themselves out, they're distracting, they're avoiding, bypassing what they need to. So it doesn't seem like the right platform to be expressing that sort of information online to people. And also that sort of information, you need to hear it from somebody. When we read the messages, everyone again perceives the messages in different ways. It was like what I was saying before with an accident and having 5 different witnesses, 5 different stories. So one message can be read by 3 people and they will read something differently. So even though you have your intentions on sending a particular message through words, and this is your intention, it doesn't necessarily mean that the people will actually take that in and they'll understand it. Perhaps they won't. So I would say choose another thing altogether, not that one. Yeah, expectations is another thing that a lot of people at the moment are having issues with. If I'm going to do something, I'm always very mindful and conscious of expectations because everyone receives things differently, especially now because people are still trying to navigate themselves through this. There are some really close friends that I have and they've shut down. I can't force them open, pry them open, but I'm just constantly letting them know that I'm there for them, and when the time is right, I will support them, basically. So yes, thank you for being present. So I'm very sorry to hear your anguish, Angelina. Would you like me to pull out a card for you? How does that sound? Does that resonate with you? It's time for a response. So I'm about to go for another walk this afternoon before the sun disappears. Because these sunny days, they're quite limiting, I think, in Melbourne. Winter is coming. And I'm very scared. I haven't had a winter for 15 years. And I know it's not as cold as what it is in the north. Yeah, definitely. So true, Samadhi. There's someone I follow online, the holistic psychologist. She is amazing when it comes to inner child healing, reparenting, inner child trauma. She's incredible. And what she does, she's very, very practical. So practical. Fantastic. She's a qualified psychologist, but she's taken it to the next level. Has so much love and compassion. Yeah, there's definitely a big waking up. Massive waking up. Everyone's been forced to wake up. The rug has been pulled from underneath them. They have been humbled. But yeah. And we're here. We signed up to be here. You are definitely living through amazing times. Challenging. More coming. There's a lot more coming. This year, a lot of people are going to line up and want a refund on this year. I read a great post the other day saying, I think it was like, this year's got, 29 days in February and 4 supermoons, and March has got 6 years in it, and June has got 55 days, all these really funny things, because it's so true, because we haven't even hit May. Man, it feels like September, October already. Unbelievable. And time. What is going on with time? Really? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but time is doing something really strange. Hayley, if you'd like a reading, you can look at the live mini readings. They're $19.97, marked down from $35. Click on PayPal, buy now, link in description. But Hayley, hey, I can pull out a card for you because I've been doing it for everyone in the last 55 minutes. So I've got 5 more minutes to go, and I'm happy to pull out a card for you. How does that sound, Hayley? Yeah, time's gone really weird. I having to constantly look at my phone. I mean, I've been doing it for the last 18 months, but much more obvious in the last 3 weeks. Okay, Hayley, I'm just going to pull out a card of what you need to hear at this very moment, right here, right now, right here, right now. Right, so. Okay. I'm not a very good shuffler. Okay. Alrighty then. Hayley. Oh, okay. So I'm just picking up for you. Things are moving fast. Full steam ahead. So if you've been procrastinating about certain things for a while, if you've been kind of dormant, that kind of energy of being dormant or complacent, procrastinating, things can move fast. So it's kind of like waiting for you to make a decision. There's nothing wrong with sitting in that space of procrastinating or being dormant. It serves a particular purpose, trust that. But you can't camp there, basically. You can sort of get off that platform when you get there, sit on it for a bit, work with it. It's time to ponder and reflect, make a decision, and whatever decision you make, it's going to move fast, basically. Does that help? Hayley, that was for you. How does that work? Does it resonate with you? Does it align with you? Things will be moving fast. And so it is done. Okay. We are nearing the end. I'll be back on next week at some point. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Full speed ahead. You ready? Put your seatbelt on. Buckle up, baby. Okay, Samari, let me chew the card. You're the last one. What you need to hear for today. Let's go. Ooh. Okay, that one pulled out. That one just fell out by itself, by the way, Samari. So, what are we saying? Ta-da! Spontaneity. You need to have fun. You need to reconnect to yourself when you are in your late teens. Spontaneity. There's a freedom of movement. There's a freedom of decision making. There's spontaneous. It's not like having a list of everything that you have to do for the day. So that part of you, that energy of you, that particular archetype that embodies that energy of being free, doing something spontaneously, doing something that's out of your character, that you just feel that you need to do that. That's what you need now. So there's a youngness, there's a freedom, there's an attitude of anything and everything is possible, rather than being in a box or I can't do this, I shouldn't be doing this. These are all within, safety realms and so forth. You're not going to go and bloody dive off something and do something ridiculous that's not safe for you. This is more about embodying that young spirit of you. I'm picking up between the ages of 18, 19, 20, 21, that spontaneousness, basically. So these are different archetypes too that we embody. So for me, when I'm in that space, I like to go on a swing. All the parks here are closed, so I'm really disappointed, because for me, being on a swing and putting headphones on puts me in that space. That physical freedom of being on a swing and moving really triggers that for me, and I love it. There's a freedom, there's an unlimitedness that's possible. So I actually built my own swing in Bali. So I have it going out into the garden and it's sitting in the living area. But in Melbourne, not. But hey, I've always pictured myself living in a massive warehouse with a huge swing with roses all over it. So yes, that is for you, my dear. Go forth and be spontaneous and free and young-hearted and fresh. That's what it's about. It's a lightness, an absolute lightness. Okay, so we are nearing the end of the show. Thank you kindly.
You. Thank you for your show.
Thank you, Miss Cat. I'll see you next week at some point.
You will, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Yep, thank you, everyone. Have a lovely evening.
Yeah, we will see you all soon.
Okay, bye.